offensive lineman of the week in the ACC 2 weeks in a row. What does that mean to you?
Oh man, it's just it's a testament to if you put your mind to anything, you can do it. I mean, it was funny because after the game on Saturday, I was joking with my grandfather. I was like, maybe I can go for 2. And so whenever I called him after I found out, I was like, well, how we were joking about it, it actually happened. But no, it makes me pretty proud. But I mean, mainly, I got 2 guys beside me. I got Eric and Tyrone that helped me out a whole lot too. And those guys are a big part of it. And then whenever you got a guy like Deshaun who can flip plays and change direction of the play like he does, it really helps out your offensive line too. So I mean, it's not just me. It's a whole group of us that really put it in for one of us to get the glory.
You've won it 2 weeks in a row, but Ryan's back. Has there been any worry or angst that maybe I have to go back to the bench, or do you feel like what's been your thought process?
I mean, what happens. I mean, our coaches are going to make the right decision, and no matter if he's going out there the first snap or I am, I mean, it's really not a big worry of mine, just because I know that, whatever they choose is going to be the best for the team. And I mean, I'm wanting to go 15 games this year, so I mean, but it's not really been a big worry. I mean, so.
Are you more proud of the blocking or the fact that you've played in all these weather conditions and nobody's noticed the snaps?
Both. I mean, obviously you always pride yourself on blocking and everything, but playing in these conditions isn't, it's not easy. But I mean, I'm pretty proud of both of them, and and also just proud that our guys can do what they do on the outside too, with all this bad weather. And
What do you think the competition will be like between you and Ryan in practice?
Like it always is, I mean, there's always competition, whenever you got 2 guys that can play, really well. And I mean, it'll just be like normal, just like any other week. I mean, I'm glad that he's back. I mean, love the guy to death. He's, one of my better friends. And so, I mean, like I said earlier, nothing will really change.
To have the success you had and the entire offensive line had against Boston College, does it mean more to have that success against a defense that's been so successful this year?
Definitely. I mean, that was one of our big emphasis for that week, was just, we got to be able to move the ball. They're obviously a really good defense, so it was, it made us pretty happy whenever we go up there and do as well as we did against the #1 defense in the nation. And I mean, they just, they're a really good football team. They got a really good defensive line, obviously. And we made a few mistakes, but we're pretty happy with that result.
Jay, the first time you guys went on the road, you won the game, but everything didn't go exactly as you wanted. How much more prepared do you guys feel now for these next couple weeks, where you will be going out on the road after such a long stint at home?
I don't really feel like road games really put a big effect on us. I mean, we missed some opportunities whenever we were at Louisville for sure, but I mean, we just always try and prepare the same and have the same mentality no matter where we're playing. So I think we'll be all right.
You've had great crowds in every game you played in this year, and Miami's known for not having great crowds. Is this BYOE, Bring Your Own Energy week?
I mean, you always got to bring your own energy. I mean, obviously our fans do a great job here packing out the stadium, rain or shine, but it, we always try and pump each other up in the locker room, and I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not really any different than any other week.
Jay, DJ's back with the team now. He went through a similar situation that you went through and is going through that process of coming back now. Have you talked to him during his hiatus and tried to provide any support? And are you kind of trying to impart some things to him now that he's making that same comeback that you made?
I actually saw him this morning, and I was talking to him. We had a big old hug, and I just told him, I'm proud of him for being back and doing what he's doing. I mean, I'm kind of not really talk to him a whole lot, because I know, whenever I was away, I kind of like to do things on my own, like to figure things out. So, but no, I'm really happy that he's back, and I'm glad that he's doing so well. It looks good. I mean, it looks really good, and obviously we've been winning without him, but I mean, God, he's just a guy that's so good, and he's, we kind of need him back, So and who had depth, and I mean, he's just, anytime you can get a player like that back, it's always going to be big.
Given that there were so many deep balls thrown, Dabo talked about, he wishes that Sean would have been hit so much. Did you guys feel that? Like, having a protect line? Was it tangible with you guys during the game?
Kind of. I mean, we always try. We try and kind of ignore our internal clock because you always have a sense of okay, the ball should be gone now. But as an offensive lineman, you can't. You kind of have to ignore it, especially on the deep balls, and not all the time we'll know that it's going to be thrown deep. But there are several plays that we go out there and they call them. We're like, all right, we got to protect for however many seconds, a little bit longer than normal. But yeah, I mean we kind of could, but at the same time that's all on us for getting him hit. We need to keep our quarterback upright. And I'm so happy that he's such a durable quarterback. He got hit a couple times pretty hard, but that's on the offensive line, just us communicating and being able to trade games off and everything.
When you were personally away from the team this spring, would you have ever imagined that you would be a 2-time ACC Offensive Lineman of the Week?
I could imagine it, but I didn't know how real it was going to be. I mean, it's just I've worked hard and I've had a good support group around me, and just I mean, like I said, it's just a culmination of so many people that's helped me along the way. That's got me to this point.
Y'all have showed the ability to score either by rushing or passing. Personally, do you take more pride in your pass protection or run blocking?
And man, if we can score, we can score. It doesn't really matter to me. But I mean, you always like to pound it in there. I mean, as an offensive lineman, you always want to run the ball. We get down on near the goal line. Me and Eric are over there. Just trying getting in coach's ears. All right, man, let's run up the middle. Run up the middle. So I mean. You always, if we score, it doesn't really matter, but we always want to punch it in.
You mentioned how hard you work. What do you think are the biggest ways in which you have improved this year?
Oh man, definitely with my hands. I've tried. Past few years I've been here, I haven't used my hands very well. That's one thing that I've really put an emphasis on is my hands and just knowing everything about the scheme of our offense. It's just getting in the film room more and. I always knew what to do, but I didn't really know why I was doing that. So now I've got more of a sense of I know why I'm doing this, why I shouldn't do what I shouldn't do, and that's what's made me play faster and play with more confidence, and which in turn has helped me play better.
Anything else for Jack?